All right. So I guess we're actually doing this. So before anything else, I'm going to check the audio of the stream. Let's see if my voice is registering right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Mic test. Mic test. One, two, three. Mic test. Where is the mic test? Mic test. Will it not load? I don't know. Maybe. Will people show up? I don't know. Alright. So, guess we're actually doing this. Will people actually show up? That's the question, but I think I can wing it just all by myself. So, will people actually show up? That's the question, but I think I can wing it just all by myself. So, okay, so hello, welcome. I'm just doing this for recording purposes. So, yeah. Doing this show for 2 hours is hard, so it will put a strain on the memory. So I rather stream it and then export it onto my channel. So this is an unnamed show. I don't know what to name it yet, and we got some topics to be discussed here. So first of all, my name is Harieth Velasco. I am a social commentary guy. I'm looking for content creation as an alternative job. During the outcome of this episode, we will be speaking in both English and Tagalog. Kaya, ayun, dapat masanay tayo. And what's more that we can be is the scope of this. I will not try to limit the topic into one field. So this is not a pure Decision Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast. This is not a pure wrestling podcast or something. I like to talk about different topics that I want to talk about on the span of 2 hours. So with that, I think the intro I gave it 5 minutes to be done. So who am I? What am I? I'm Harieth Velasco. Currently, I am IT by profession, licensed electronics engineer. Nagtapos sa pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila, BS Electronics Engineering. and and I'm an RPG gamer. I normally play the Siege of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Currently playing FF6 Pixel Remaster. And since I got a bottleneck on purchasing a on upgrading my graphics set, I should have played Stranger Paradise within 2 weeks, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. So what is there else to be talk about? We're going to talk about here the Decision Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Gem Cap that has been rocking the Decision Final Fantasy Opera Omnia community for quite some time. In the span of 2 weeks, so we've seen multiple videos by content creators. I myself did not understand the impact of this on my account until I checked my purchase gems. I'm going to give my reactions to the Pat McAfee show that interviewed Vince McMahon. Aew Revolution. I don't know the card, to be honest. I'm just gonna look it up. Maybe I'm going to talk about it. Expectations, predictions. And speaking of expectations, the Batman. I'm going to watch the Batman tomorrow. I'm gonna discuss my expectations for it. Philippine election update. So Leni did her campaign in Cavite. And I like to discuss the impact of the Iglesia ni Cristo vote. There is not yet a decision because I myself am a member, but I just like to reenact the impact of the INC vote because I think religion, in terms of religious voting, us members are different when it comes to our leader sponsoring our candidate. So next after that, FF6 Pixel Remaster. I'm going to give a short update on my playthrough. So yeah, I'm enjoying FF6 right now, and then after that, Viva Max upcoming schedule. So part of the content in YouTube, I review Viva Max content, especially later. So let's start. Now, about the DFFOO Gem Cup, I think what needs to be said is how it impacts both the pay to win and the free to play players. I mean, come on. Kung ikaw ay libre naglalaro ng Dissidia 5 Fantasy Opera Omnia, your main contribution is giving the game some screen time. Parang it's a pastime, ika nga. And you play it casually. You play it if you're free to play it casually. Yung mga tipong babalik ka up once your favorite character is there. And I've seen many returning players during the anniversary. I think anniversary time is like the best time if you quit the game and come back. So yeah. And what and I think the scope, the magnitude of the impact of the gem cap series really needs to be put into perspective when it comes to the essence of their policy is. So, their company policy kasi is parang they're trying to limit the expenditures of their they're trying to limit the expenditures of their customers, their clients. So the clients, that's us, the ones that are playing the Siege of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. I for one made a this I missed the part where that's my problem video because I negligibly overlooked the fact that I have 139,000 gems purchase. So I've been playing the game for 4 years. I have 139 gems purchase. And wow, I never thought I would be a dolphin to this game, but ayun, naging dolphin ako sa larong ito. It all started when I bought Skull Leonhardt's costume, December, what's that? 20 was it 2018? December 2018. It was a very good 4 years, my friends. Now, looking into the grand scheme of things, the free to play players can do whatever the fuck they want. So, if they say they're not affected by it, fine, they'll adapt by it, fine. But who's gonna support the longevity of the game if there's no net income coming from the game anymore? And Square is actually bottlenecking it by doing this cap. So, for the 300k gem cap, if you reach 300k, you're not anymore allowed to purchase gems. At least that's what I understand. If you're allowed to purchase, you don't get the gems, but you get the bonus, such as when you get a premium mog pass. I think that would be fine, I guess. Like you get the costume, but not the gems. I think that's kinda okay. But yeah, if that's not the case, then there's going to be a serious bottleneck on this issue on our side. See, whales and dolphins alike are the ones that are providing net income to the game. And if Square Marketing perceives that there is no more net income to the game, then might as well shut the game down because they're not making any profit. So if you shut the game down, what would the free-to-play players are going to play? Now, granted, there are people na parang makasarili na they'll just move on to another game. And fine by me, it's not my loss kung sila yung mag-move on. But it's, I think, what the community has strived for with the likes of the big time content creators for the Joseph here, Simply Lost, the Crystal Chronicles podcast, what they've established throughout the 4 years, bringing people together, addressing all the hot takes, are going to be null and voided because there are Because once the game is done, it's done. The community is done. I've been into an extinct community before na tawagin ay Marvel Avengers Alliance. And that game ran from 2012 until 2016. So 4 years as well. Coincidence? Yeah. And once the game died, it just died. There were no gold caps. Yung gold yung paid currency doon. Walang gold cap doon pero it's going to be I think it's going to hurt those big spenders. Ako nag-spend rin ako doon. But I think I moved on from spending to a dead game. It hurts. It hurts sometime. When you look at it, you could have put in your money to someone else, but it's your passion. So mababawi mo rin naman yung kinikita mo basta it's in your budget. Now, if you dahil dito sa 300k, yeah, you can't purchase gems anymore. That would lead to serious consequences, no net income. And if the free-to-play players are insisting that they're free-to-play, where is Square going to get others to pay the game or to buy the incentives for them? And I think may mga big-time creators na ata. Sabi si Maximilian doon daw, nag-ano, prinamot yung Opera Omnia. Pero di ko pa nakita yung naging ad niya. Hinahanap ko pero ayan ko. Well, pag si Pokemon nag-sponsor ng Opera Omnia, bibilang LD pack. Promise yan. If Pokemon sponsors the game, I'm going to buy the LD pack. 4,000 pesos, fine, I'll buy it. Just for, just for Pokemon. And, yeah. That's where they're trying to get. And, do note that paying those creators, they need to pay them for being sponsored to bring in people para ibalik yung pinagbayaran nila. It's not how it goes. But then again, yung bang mga maglalaro from the followers of Maximilian Dude, are they going to be pay to win? I mean, pay to advance further or pay to advance early? Or are they going to be free to play? Chances are they're going to be free to play. It's not going to help the game after all. It helps the game grow, but it's not going to help the game earn, if you know what I mean. So, saan kukuha? E di yung mga existing na bumibili ng produkto ng Square sa Opera Omnia. There's a streamer na kilala ko. He's already in the cap, 500,000 gems, purchase gems. And yeah, he's in a dilemma paano niya masosolusyonan yun. So, there. I said it. Another thing is, what made this a technical issue is that free gems are going to be purchased first, or going to be used first before the paid gems. So, if I have 400,000 gems, 139,000 dun, matitipid pa until I spend the remaining 261,000 gems which are acquired through the game. Di ko makalain naka-acquire akong 261,000 gems sa larong ito. But, it is what it is. And, that doesn't help that the game is free-to-play friendly. Acquired gems ko is 261,000 versus purchased gems ko na 139. Let's take that for a baseline. And, I'm in a good state of the game right now. I can take it whoever I want. I can pity any burst whoever I want. When it comes to FR, I'm just going to pick the FR weapon that I'm going to use. I'm not going to pull on every FR weapon unlike I pulled on every LD weapon. And that's fine. And since 139, how many more till I reach the gem cap? 161 paid gems. I've already budgeted my costume expenditures for the game. there is a video on my YouTube tackling that ano mga costume bibilin ko, and the remaining will be Mog Passes. But I think I'm going to inhibit myself on purchasing the premium Mog Pass now and just result into buying the basic Mog Pass just to be safe and not reach the cap. So yeah, this cap is teaching whales how to budget. I got. Again, I also bought like what? I bought realization materials back then. But it's not from my own money, it's from my boss's money. It's team building money. But there is to say. Then when it comes that that now it comes to the day that I have reached the 300,000 gem cap, I'm just going to wonder what have I been doing with my money for all these years. And in the time that Opera Omnia goes to waste, it's not going to be on us because we've tried to support the game. It's going to be on them. Are they purposely killing the game? I don't know. Or is there maybe a reason why this cap has been placed? Because to be quite frankly, wala akong nakikita dahilan bakit may kailangan na gem cap ang Opera Omnia. I can see a reason if this is company policy. I can see a reason for some of their gacha games like Brave Exvius and War Divisions. Because War Divisions and Brave Exvius have paid banners, paid gem banners, where the paid gems are taken into priority when pulling. Wala naman tayong ganun sa Opera Omnia. So, are they going to implement paid banners in the future? Kaya ganun. Wala naman paid banners sa Japan. So, what is this? A new thing that the FFOO is going to implement or something? I hope that's not the solution. I think the easiest solution is we choose what gems are going to be spent first. Is it either paid or acquired? Now, if there is a reason for Square to put out paid banners over Omnium, that banner be fucking worth it. Like triple burst banners of Lock, Garnet, and Barts. Yun. Something LD worthy na ipupull like Kurasame. Minsan lang lumabas. Yeah, it better be fucking worth it, Square, kung ganun yung magiging approach mo. And yeah, that's like something that I can see going to be implemented, but I rather have the ability to choose which gem is going to be done first. Yeah. Now, for free-to-play players na parang walang pakialam sa laro, nasa huli ang pagsisisi. Okay? So, you just move on. If ganun lang. But they have to understand there are passionate people that cares for the game. They fund the game. And because they love the game. I compare my last main mobile game before Opera Omnia is Marvel Future Fight. It was free to play friendly until 2017 when they introduced loot boxes, which is the American term for gacha. Excuse me, for gacha. And for the time being, dami nag-boycott doon. But they still kept the loot boxes, but just for those heroes that were released. Like, I think it was Nova, Blue Marvel, and that's the only way to get that you can get their bios instead of grinding them through the Shield Laboratory. May Shield Laboratory doon that gives you pay to win shards ng mga hero mo to up their rank. And that takes forever. I think Cynic Alex, Future Fight content creator, Took him 3 years, 2 years to max out Blue Marble via the Shield Lab. So yeah, ganun. Ganun talaga. And I would like to share an article regarding the gem cap. It's I think it's one from Mino Spellgood. I'm going to read it out loud here in this show. Because obviously I have 30 minutes allotted. So I have to talk whatever the fuck I want in this show. It's my show. It's my unnamed show. So let's see. Regarding the purchase. Okay. Let's see what Josh was it. Regarding the purchase gems, hey everyone, Square Enix Joshua here. Regarding the purchase gem topic, I just wanted to give you, as after we have been reading the feedback, I know many of you want to respond to the feedback, but I wanted to be transparent on a few things at this point in time. At least they're transparent. The DFMOGL team span multiple time zones, namely Pacific Time and Japanese Standard Time. Topics about community operations are discussed globally between teams, and making statements on such topics, not necessarily the one about purchase gems, would require discussion between said teams across different time zones. I work in the IT industry. I think I understand that. I mean, may mga time na tatrabaho ka overtime just to meet, just to set a meeting with your counterpart. There is no guarantee on whether a statement can or will be made after said discussion. So, I think what is safe here is at least it's in discussion. Okay? I hope as early as like what? Next stream? Kung next stream may resolution na sa gems, I'm going to buy a burst realization materials. You guarantee that. So I took two guarantees. If they made Pokemon sponsor the game, LD weapon bundle, burst weapon bundle, up burst realization bundle if they solve this issue. I love you, Square. Next. I cannot brain according to Excalibur. Where is Minos article? Look, I'm looking at it. There's a thread here, GL first FR weapon for 5th anniversary. Oh my god. Uh, if it's FR, it's going to be GL first LD FR. There's a survey. Fan base right now. I should enter my channel here in the monthly content creator mega thread. Or perhaps not. I'm not really a DFFO content creator. I'm just a content creator with DFFO a content a random dude with random content, and one of them is the Siege of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. That's why we're talking about it here. I mean, if I still play Future Fight, then I would be talking about Future Fight, right? Okay. Purchase gem caps. Hold on, why am I looking at my phone? This is an image. I could just look into Twitter, and I think the Crystal Chronicles have the gem cap link on one of their tweets. So let me check. Okay, I found the thread. Let's read. Introduction. There's been a lot of talk about the recent paid gem cap that's arrived in the FFO JP and it's only to GL at the end of the month. I know, some people are probably sick of this topic as it doesn't affect them, and we all know putting any thought into matters that do not immediately bring us gratification or expressing any empathy for others is a massive waste of time. But the only alternative was to write about Yuri, and goddamn, he's so poorly designed it makes me mad at the game in a whole different way. So here we are. Ah! Ay, Yuri fucking sucks. But before we dive in, let's celebrate some expectations. We aren't here to widely speculate why this policy is being implemented or which U.S. anti-money laundering laws are affecting a single Japanese company's gotcha operations. I'm simply presenting my case as to why I think the policy is a bad idea and adding my voice to the sea of protests. By the way, if you're wondering if you're on the right side of history in this argument, I have never seen every single content creator leader in this community so united on a DFF topic in my 4 years here. Yeah, I think this thing, this stand is so united. Uniteam, right? Uniteam, diva. The implementation, the FFO is getting a 300k paid gem cap. If you have other 300k paid gems in your account, you are unable to make any more purchase until you spend your free gems. And let's be honest, if you can save up to 300k paid gems, you have a lot more free gems. After downloading the embarrassing majority of the top 100 free iOS apps with microtransactions in both the US and JP region, I just found three. I found just three other games with a similar restriction: DQ Tactics, DQ Walk, and Master Duel. If we eliminate Master Duel has a paid gem cap. I don't even pay on that game. Huh. If we eliminate Master Duel because the paid gem cap in that game is actually 500k and the free gem cap is 10k, then we only get Square Enix games. The remaining games have surprise a paid gem cap 300,000, while DQ Walk has a fully fleshed out gacha system. I'll mainly be focusing comparisons to DQT as their gameplay monetization is much more similar to the FFOO. DQT is gonna be fine. Not only has it made more money in a year than the FFO has in its entire lifespan, it also has extremely healthy systems in place that the paid gem caps will never affect its player base. Mainly that almost everything has an option of being bought with paid gems, such as their equivalent of ingot bundles, their equivalent of a mog pass, and of course many paid gem banners. There it is, the paid gem banners, largely for better rates on a unit or rerun campaigns. It almost seems like arbitrary 300k paid gem cap was made with this game in mind. Dragon Quest Walk has also a standard way to use paid gems. Then it seems they took the concept, lap it onto the FFO that works completely different, like cramming a proverbial square skyscraper peg into a round golf hole. Oh, this is very long. Let's see. Where are we? The DFF economy income. The DFFOO is arguably generous to a fault. We average an income of 80,000 gems and 600 tickets a month, and a new weapon PT is 75,000 with the average rate of all 1 on 300 tickets clocking at 78%. Even if you did zero saving and spent your resources as soon as you got them on a monthly basis, that's an extremely good chance at 3 new weapons out of 6 in a month. 50% on all new weapons, and that's even assuming you want that many Yuri level duds. For reference, it takes 3 months of saving for a Dragon Quest Tactics PD, and that is considered generous. God forbid you install that garbage new gacha, My Hero Academia Ultra Impact, where it takes over 2 years to save for a PT. It's not uncommon to see a veteran player of 3 or 4 years build up a hefty surplus of resources by now. Hell, we have had God knows how many posts and guides how to bank your tickets and BT tokens in your inboxes and summon boards as you can hold onto thousands of them. I am such one veteran player. This guy considerable gem stash, not the despicable hoarding kind, and I am surrounded by many more peers. We probably don't ever need to spend a dime to do all content and get everything what we want from this game. But many of us are successful young professionals with expendable income. We buy things here and there purely because we want to support the game and we know money is the best way to show our appreciation to a company on top of all the free advertisement and promotion the content creators are generating. I personally find myself out of the 300,000 cap simply from buying a costume or two every month. That's it. I throw in a modest $37 to $70 US dollars a month. That's about the cost of one non-peasant meal in Los Angeles over the course of 4 years, and I'm shit out of luck. 66 costumes cap 66 costumes caps you out. There are currently 73 in GL and 85 in JP. I did that thing. You see? This isn't even touching on the people who buy premium mug passes, which gives more paid gems than a costume bundle. Or the very generous players out there gobbling up the ingot and token bundles. We can take a look at one of the poorer content creators, let's say Jin Lee, who's got a little over 300k paid gems, almost 800,000 free gems. In order to be able to even get the faster farming bonuses in which this game is built around, Jin Lee would have to somehow spend down that 900,000, then several hundred thousand more paid gems to even be able to get a normal amount of enhancement points. Sorry, Jin, you know that shiny new F word that just arrived? The ones that need 23,000 enhancement points? Well, you're capped at 5k at 5k an event because you are foolish enough to give Squex some money. Forget about the extra province scores or whatever bonuses eventually make their way onto the monk passes, let alone the basic quality of life of speeding up summon bird farming to reasonable levels. I think the worst part is that this is coming 4 or 5 years into the FFO's run, where things have been done a certain way for so long that the implicit understanding is to save and spend wisely, only to have the rug pull out under the vets. And there are a lot of bets. Squex, Josh, and Crystal threw up a poll on the anniversary stream asking when players started playing. 59% polled said they've been playing since year 1. Day 1. Here, I'm a day 1 player. Another 80% sorry yet year 2. Unfortunately, I didn't have the foresight to clip the VOD, and it's lost the annals of time now, but Josh is reading this, he knows. I don't think it's any big secret that this game lives on the back of its veteran players. An alarming majority of our content creators and streamers have been at it since year 1. Every time I check the subreddit and Discord servers, I see so many of you I wish were gone 3.5 years ago. Hell, we even have a high quality podcast and like 6 cheap imitations. A player to base content creator is absurdly out of whack. How many mobile game communities can you say the same about? Not that much. Future Flight only has like 3, and one of them almost made it a monopoly. Shout out sa'yo, Cynic Alex. Oh, and the piece the resistance, slapping this limit down before the anniversary sales are over. Game is releasing some of its best deals ever right now, shouting spend, spend, spend from the rooftops, promising 10% gem refund on total purchases this month, then telling you immediately afterwards you're out of luck. Now, let's we're almost out of time. 5 minutes left on the allotted time for this one. I'm just gonna skim this. That's the honor of it. Let's go to action items. List from abandon the paid gem cap. Introduce ways to spend paid gems. Allow purchases by removing gems from bundles. I already said this earlier before. I haven't. This is the first time I read the article. Bundle the paid gem cap. Paid gem banners, meaning introduce ways to paid gems. Allow purchases that you only buy the bonus. Personal point, personal thoughts of Mino. This is my breaking point. While I understand this specific limit and implementation may not have been the FFO team's decision, it still does not mean it won't have any consequences. The FFO is a very, very unique gacha game in terms of its economy. How many times have we heard praise about how generous and friendly it is? But even if this doesn't get repealed, I hope it reaches the right people on how truly awful idea this is. 300,000 DFFO gems is not equal to 300,000 DQT gems. Not even close. DQTPT is 30k and that takes 3 months to build. DFFO gems have a ridiculous amount of inflation due to the nature of the game. Our numbers are much larger across the board. The 300,000 gem limit is far more damning than any for other gachas. Games are tied to every single purchasable item. I hope this decision is at least reconsidered, and if you're players, I think this is a very well written article by Mino Spellgood. I could have said it better myself. I think this solves racism. I'm just kidding. We're over the time limit for DFFO Gem Cap, so I apologize this. This is going to be the last DFFO topic for this show. But my closing words is, stop the cap. Okay, let's move on to the Pat McAfee Show. 10 minutes allotment. Pat McAfee. He's the commentator on SmackDown. I think in his podcast, is like the man yung sa mga podcast na iniimbita yung mga hindi mahilig magpamedya. So, una si Brock Lesnar, ang ganda ng podcast niya kay Lesnar. And I think he doubled down on this with the appearance of Mr. McMahon or Vince McMahon. Some key take notes sa podcast. Undertaker is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. And Vince McMahon, I think I have a better person that could induct Taker is going to be inducting Taker. So, Vince McMahon inducted 3 people in the Hall of Fame. He inducted Stone Cold, Donald Trump, and Undertaker. It's a fine list if you remove Donald Trump. What the thing is, isa sa mga yung mga release, isa sa mga topic of discussion dito, AEW and negativity across the internet against him. So I think he made a point. He doesn't actually listen. So he doesn't listen at all sa mga criticisms na inialat ng internet wrestling community sa kanya. And he believes that criticism that a person is naturally negative, so it's a double negative. That's why he kinda ignores it. Well, Vince, it's your company. Okay then. He also likes competition, but I think nung minention AEW, he just likes competition. Another thing to note is he's still working out. That's a night. Ako, matabang tao ako, di ako nag-workout. Siya, tanda-tanda na nag-workout. Nahiya naman ako sa kanya. Talks about yung marketing ng WrestleMania. The stupendous WrestleMania. Ikaka. So, yung mga ganun, yung mga cheesing linyahan, stupendous, ultimate thrill ride. Yeah, it's all about brand marketing. Na kailangan yung rare word na hindi mo narinig palagi sa English language, yun yung itatatak mo sa masa. Vince also stated some forbidden words, NWA, WWF. He also said pro wrestler. First time ko narinig sa kanya yun. And I think he made it clear bakit ayaw niya ang term na pro wrestling and pro wrestler and he prefers superstar. Kasi if you want to grow up daw, you normally want to grow up as a superstar. Yeah. So it's much more generalized na dapat you baseline mo parang pro wrestler but you need to grow into a bigger star. And I think yun yung maging punto ng mga releases niya is that those releases they haven't done subject into their mirror lately, which he actually said deadweight sila. Yeah. Another thing here is Pat McAfee is going to be having a match. Yung rumors is Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee. But this has been overturned recently on SmackDown kasi Vince, it's now Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee at WrestleMania. So the setup was there in the Pat McAfee show. Yeah, di mo na naniwala na si Vince mag-wrestling ng ganun, ang tanda na niya, mag-wrestling pa rin. Yeah. Ano ba yung mga key take notes? He likes The Undertaker. He likes Undertaker very much. Kasi he never masunurin si Taker. And I think sabi niya sa pag i-induct niya si Taker, magiging emotional siya. Which is going to be awkward. Vince is being portrayed emotionless. So seeing him emotional is kind of interesting. There were also talks na si Undertaker lilipat ng WCW, parang hinakatak siya ni Kevin Nash. Pero Vince never doubted that Taker wanted to be anywhere, sabi nga dito sa article na binabasa ko. And yun, they never talk about WCW. Undertaker and Vince never talk about WCW, unlike Brett. Ewan kung kay Sean nag-usap siya sa WCW. But I think the degree of loyalty ni Undertaker has earned Vince McMahon's love. So, sinabi niya, I love the guy. He also has a 6 months ego. Current outlook on the media, he just doesn't. Yeah, sinabi ko, the internet is a little bit harsh. So, yeah, so he disregards that hardcore portion of the audience. Yeah. So basically, Vince McMahon is emotionless, but he will be inducting Taker. So yeah, another funny footnote on the show was Michael Cole is a horrible human being. Okay. Next topic. Next topic is Aew Revolution. Okay. Let me just ready up and let me just pause for a while. Okay? Okay, I'm back. Let's see. There are 12 matches for Aew Revolution. Hook versus QT Marshall. This is QT Marshall versus Hook. This is Hook. Hook is getting like a huge push. Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. Hindi ko sila kilala. I go for Layla Hirsch. Kasi bago. Medyo mabait ang AEW pagdating sa mga bagong dating. Oh, this is recently announced. House of Black versus Death Triangle. I think the addition of Buddy Matthews to the House of Black is really intriguing because last time it was Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy nag-feud sa WWE. And I think Buddy Murphy was one of the reasons Aleister lost his eye. And that eye carried over sa AEW. Paitim siya ng paitim. And then, Buddy Murphy became Buddy Matthews and he also joined House of Black. I think House of Black can win this. Also, Eric Redbeard is in AEW. Alam ko na, one time siya namatay si Luke Harper. Okay, Jade Cargill versus the Brazilian Blur, Tay Conti. Yeah, this is Jade Cargill. I think they're really booking Jade Cargill as a dominant woman sa division. We got Andrade El Idolo, Big Money Matt, and Isaiah Cassidy versus Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting. I think this needs to be a win for Big Money Matt's team. Yeah, I think this should be a big win for Big Money Matt's team. Jurassic Express, Red Dragon, and the Young Bucks. I think I'm going with the Young Bucks here. I think it's too early to call for Red Dragon. Although they may put the belts on Red Dragon, but ang tingin ko kasi mag-feud mag-feud Young Bucks and Kenny Omega pagbalik against Adam Cole and Red Dragon. I think may name na sila. The Undisputed. The Undisputed Originals. Tama ba? Yeah, they call themselves the Undisputed Originals. Well, wala eh. Dapat Paragon, di ba? Hindi ata natuloy. I think it's gonna be Young Bucks again. Although pwede rin yung Jurassic Express, basta feel ko hindi mananalo Red Dragon. Yun yung pakiramdam ko, di mananalo Red Dragon sa laban na yan. Pag clean victory, Jurassic. Pag dirty finish, Young Bucks. Then we got John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. I'm going with Bryan Danielson, tapos magagawa na yung faction na gusto ni Daniel Bryan. I think sino pa ba yung mga nasama sa may pupunta sa WWE sa AEW. Pili ko si Samoa Joe darating. Baka sumali din si Samoa Joe sa faction na yan. Pwede rin nila isali si CM Punk. Regardless, I'm going with Danielson. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. Well, in my mind, it's Eddie Kingston, but ang ganda ng katawan ni Chris Jericho, ang ganda ng diet niya. I think I'm going to go with Chris Jericho on this one. Very nice body. Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Wardlow versus Christian Cage. Christian Cage has been added. Wow. I think they're gonna go with Keith Lee. They open push the newcomers. Very open. Kit Lee is the bass in his glory, man. Hindi na siya Bearcat. Tapos sabi ni Kit Lee, ano ba reaction? Nagpakita naman na hinalakid si Kit Lee sa Bearcat gimmick niya. Let's see. Bearcat. Kit Lee's reaction to the Bearcat name. When Lee made his way from NXT to the main roster, he ran into a few bumps along the way. Not only was out for several months, but he was given a new nickname where he returned. Dubbed him the Bearcat. Reference to Bearcat Wright, who was a popular wrestler from the 50s and 60s. Lee spoke about his reaction to the nickname and how he would handle a similar situation if it came up today. I don't really think I had a reaction. At the end of the day, it was something that was brought up while I was doing the dance with Lady Death situation, and I didn't think of it much. And then when I came back, it was something that WWE management really wanted, and they pulled me into an office and asked me to do it. And that was my job, so I said okay, and that was kind of it. Was I proud of it? No. But you got to do what you're asked to do at the end of the day. Very professional. Yun na masasabi ko, very professional naman. But I think that in my time there, what I learned is something loyalty just doesn't really do much for you. So while I was okay, then I think that if I was asked to do something that I didn't agree with, from here on, it would not just be an okay, but more of a hell to the no. So, R.I.P. Bearcat gimmick. It was a stupid gimmick. Why is he a movie? Why is there a movie review? He's a Demon Slayer. He has a Demon Slayer review. Nice. Kit Lee, Big Spot, Spirit Bomb up the table, up the ladder. Orange Cassidy, he's gonna go rest in peace. Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa. For fuck's sake, I just want DMD to drop the title, man. I'm going to go with Thunder Rosa, even though I have a very, very strong feeling Britt Baker is gonna win. CM Punk, MJF, CM Punk, obviously. Who won sino ba yung last feud ni MJF? Chris Jericho, di ba? Sino nalo nun? Chris Jericho rin, di ba? Yeah, CM Punk. Lagi natatalo sa MJF pag big yun eh. Pay-per-view eh. Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. Hirap. I'm gonna have to go with Adam Page on this one. Because normally AEW likes to protect their champions for a very long time. Ang haba ng mga reign nila. They're gonna drop the ball if Hangman drop the title on Adam Cole. But I'm also fine with Adam Cole winning. But as I've said, Undisputed Originals versus the Elite in the future. So Adam Cole doesn't need the title by then. That's about it for my AEW Revolution. Next topic, we're gonna go with the Batman. Okay, The Batman by Robert Pattinson. Mukhang maganda naman daw siya based on the earlier reviews. What's the Rotten Tea for The Batman? Ano yung Rotten Tomatoes ng The Batman? 85%. That's really good. That's too good. So bukas papanoorin ko yung The Batman pagkasamba ko. Batman's refreshing adaptation but handcuffed by its PG-13 rating. The problem is kasi sa Batman, sama-sawa na ako nire-recycle nila si Batman. Langya. Ilang Batman films sa ba DC? Hindi nila i-try i-push yung mga iba pang superhero sila. I think they did it well with the Flash. I mean with Shazam. Well, kay Shazam, Black Adam, yeah. Peacemaker, yeah. Suicide Squad, yeah. But they've rebooted Batman several times. Pero if the movie is good, fine, the movie is good. I'm looking forward here yung portrayal ni kay Riddler. Siya yung Riddler yung huling Riddler sa pelikula, parang Joker lang si si Ace Ventura. So wacky. I think that yung Riddler dito napaka-seryoso. And I think Twilight Boy is also serious as being the Bats. And I think yung premise rin, di ba? Yung premise nitong The Batman is yung ano pa, medyo young vigilante pa si Bruce Wayne. So, ganun yun. Well, I have high expectations for it. Pagdating ko, pag manood daw bukas. So, yeah. My schedule. Ano ba schedule ko sa SM for The Batman? 12:30. So, ayun. Alas 10 na magsamba. Diretso na akong SM Aura. Yeah. And then, watch The Batman. Yeah, diretso na yun. May time pa ba akong mananghalian? I think not. Not if what I can be reminded of. Ang mahal na naman, ang mahal na naman ticket sa sinihan ngayon 340. Well, let's go to our next topic. I think we don't have someone watching. I don't know what's the difference of like what? Nothing difference between like being moody, being a good film, but yeah. I have my expectation Batman. Okay, next topic is Philippine elections. We're not having a guest, so I think this is going to be a short topic. So, Philippine election updates. Let's see the news. Daryl Yap is promoting his parang Len series, the finale, the exorcism of Len. So that's pretty nice kung tutusin, okay? I'm doing a Daryl Yap content breakdown. So my review of paglaki ko gusto ko maging porn star is up on YouTube. Next is what? CNN debate. I have yet to film my answers on that. SMNI debate. I heard Larry Espiritu mop the floor against Gadon and Roque. But then again, this is the media, social media. You can't be sure who to trust anymore. I think laging laman talaga ng balita pagdating sa election si Leni. Because I think it's either Leni or Bongbong. And they're putting the narrative Bongbong is like a bad person. Leni is the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned. Whatever. They're putting negative light to each other. There is Bongbong using the church. There is Leni using the church. Well, if you look at it that way, the two candidates are both using the church. It's as simple as that. If you, kailangan pa bang ano yan? Then the issue na si Bongbong laging wala sa debate. I think it's fine. Ang nangyayari kasi pag si Bongbong nasa debate, aawayin siya eh. Like, I'm pretty sure siya yung folk spotlight at aawayin siya dun. At yun yung parang iniiwas niya. I think it's not that he is scared, but I think it's one of his tactics to be unscathed. Hell, I would be doing that. Sign me up. Kung aawayin na ako sa debate, ba't ako pupunta? Kakasama na kaya issue na binabato kay Bongbong. Puro martial law. Kasi ito si Pacquiao, puro unity, bukang bibig ni Bongbong. Ito si Pacquiao, puro labanon ng corruption. Francisco, iniwan niya sa ere yung kanyang kapartido. At kinampa niya si Sara Duterte. Well, kung hindi si Bongbong yung Pangulo, at chances are si Sara yung magiging vice presidente nila. At mahirapan sila doon. I think, lalo pag si Leni nanalo, mahirapan siya pag si Sara yung vice niya. Good luck, pasanurin niya yun. There's nothing wrong with Leni. I think she is just too overexposed. Same as Bongbong. Those two already saturated most content sa internet. To the point na yun, nagbabangayan sa debate are supporters of Bongbong and supporters of Leni. And ang iingay sa internet, lalo na pag supporter si Leni. Like, every time you look at the news, Leni this, Leni that. If Leni loses, I'm just gonna laugh. Kasi matatahimik na yung net. Pero I think hindi matatahimik yung net pag talo. Either sides, hindi matatahimik pag talo yung dalawang sides. Smiyo. Then, Leody, he's a communist. Bro, yung kanyang platform is empowering the worker. And that's like the whole point of communism. The working man power. Speaking of the church, we haven't talk about yung sa suporta ng simbahan suporta ng El Shaddai, suporta ng Kibuloy. None of those supports kinda don't matter if they don't have the unity, the religious power or the unity. And that's what separates the Iglesia ni Cristo from them. If the INC says this is the person to be voted, guaranteed for sure, it's a well-oiled machine. They can carry a candidate to victory. And with Bongbong leading the surveys, like 51%, actually bumababa na kasi tamad tong gago na to eh. I think it's a good thing if he gets the endorsement ng INC. I don't see Leni getting the endorsement of the INC. Quite frankly. Although marami akong nakikita ng kapatid na makaleni, but I think that's what their brain is dictating. But if I'm going to be honest, it's going to be Bongbong yung dadali ng Iglesia ni Cristo at tiklop yung mga Leni supporters na INC. Huwag nyo gawing trending yung INC for Leni. Mga mokong kayong mga kapatid kayo na gustong gawin yun. Makita INC for Leni, trending, takte, ulat ang mga abot nyo dyan. Sa pamamahala, baka maulat kayo. Sino puputuhin ko pag walang pa siyang Iglesia ni Cristo or walang pa siya? Most likely si Pacquiao. I don't like antagonism sa mga kandidato ko. May antagonism kay Bongbong, may antagonism kay Leni, may antagonism kay Wisco, may antagonism kay Lacson. Leody is a communist on a bad light. I think pag nanalo si Leody, he's on the same path as Mao Zedong. I just want to save for Philippines, Pacquiao. And if he wins, it's not gonna be my problem. Di ko naman siya puputuhin kung di man siya tatakbo, di ba? So, yeah. Putang ina kasi itong si Bongbong. Ayaw dumalo ng debate. Nasasabi tuloy, wala siya maisagot. Meron siya na isagot sa SMNI. Siya sabi nila, SMNI, bias forum. No, it's not a bias. Are you saying Clarita Carlos from UP is bias? Is pro Marcos? Are you saying that? She's from UP. How can she be pro Marcos? Oh, ano? Taga-Universidad ng Pilipinas si Clarita Carlos. Paano mo sasabi pro Marcos siya? Galit na galit yung kay Marcos yung mga taga-UP. Ang daming nagsisilip po kay Clarita Carlos. Marcos apologies. Something. Sabi ko, ganito na ba kadesperado pag ayaw nyo sa kandidato? Nyo? Sisirain nyo yung wala na pa opinion talaga na sabihin nyo, gusto, kasi mismo yung magnanakaw, sinusuportahan nyo, problema na nila yun. Ang dyan, gusto, mabotohin nila, sinong gusto nila. You don't have to spoon feed or parang force other people to vote for your candidate if they already have a chosen candidate. It's that simple. And yun yung mga problema lalo na sa putang inang babaeng to, si Leni. Ito itong si Leni, sabi ko sa'yo, pinaghiwalay niya yung Pilipinas more than Marcos. To the point na kasi yung mga supporter niya, pinipilit na botohin siya. May napupusuan na yung na kandidato yung I'm telling you this, pag may nakita ang INC for Leni na kung hindi dinala ng iglesia si Leni, mas may INC for Leni, I'm telling you, if that happens, she's the devil because she is ruining the unity of the INC. Simple as that. If she proves na may mga iglesia na boboto sa kanya despite na iba yung binoto ng iglesia, and she single-handedly destroyed the fundamental doctrines of the INC, which is based on the Bible. So she shows herself is not pro-Bible. Yeah. Ako, wag nyo kayo cancel ha. Pag si BBM yung binutong na, mga walang niya kayo, wag nyo kami cancel ha. Hindi. Ano takot nyo? Martial law? Ang takot nyo dapat ialay nyo sa Panginoon Diyos, hindi sa martial law. Tao lang yan eh, yung sa martial law eh. Eh, Diyos yung kakampi nyo eh. Yung tatamunan nyo, batas militar lang. Sumunod lang kayo. Tapos, sir, ano, baka huling kami. Ah, I don't know if you've noticed, but in case na magdeklara ng martial law si Bongbong, pwedeng harangan ng Senado yon. So, it's not gonna happen. Right? It's not gonna happen. Kung pag martial law si Bongbong sa buong Pilipinas, may justification yun. At kayang harangin ng mga senador yun. May pay safe na. So what are you still fearing? Unjust arrest? We are living in the age of social media where cameras are everywhere in your own hands. Pwede nyo i-video yun pag ganun. Trending yun. There's nothing to fear anymore. My God, the fear of martial law is like a long-grain PTSD. And it's just so ridiculous. The times back then is different from the times back now. Now we have the option to fight back. Okay? So, that's all there is to it. Isko is... I wish you could have stayed in Manila longer than the kaysa gawin sa ano, because transitioning from mayor to national up to president is really a bad play. Case in point, Duterte. You don't have absolute control sa nasasakupan mo if you're the president. Unlike if you're a mayor, you're just bringing out ordinances. Hindi ganun sa presidente kasi may balance of power, legislative, executive, and judiciary. And if Isko fails by that aspect, then why he should be president? Pacquiao, he's a dumbass. But he's not the most antagonized person ever. That's nice. If you're going to see the vice presidential candidate, ang pinakamalakas talaga dito Sara. She's a clear-cut winner if you're asking me. Very, very clear winner. Who the fuck is Jose Montemayor? Wala siyang ano to, vacant. Yeah. Exactly. Well, I think that's all that I can say about the elections. I have it 30 minutes, but I think... Oh, wait. We can talk about the Cavite campaign. John Vic Remulla promised 800,000 people will vote for Cavite. Will vote for Bongbong for Cavite. And then there's like 47,000 na Leni Robredo supporters attended her campaign in Cavite. Okay. Let's do the math. First of all, what's the overall population of Cavite? I'm taking this from the PSA. Fuck, I don't have wala akong Excel. Bobo. Ito na, PDF tayo. Taking this as a PDA. So, let's look at this. 2,000 census. Gloria Arroyo. Oh my... Wikipedia na lang. Either barangay... Chinese population. Total, based on the 2020 census, 100,674. So, hindi pala 800,000. I think 80,000 yun. Okay. 80,000, 1, 2, 3. Minus 47,000. You got a problem there, Mr. John Vic. May 33,000 ka lang na boboto kay Marcos sa eleksyon. Tama ba? Ano ba sabi ni John Vic? Delete pa niya. Masamang move na delete pa niya yung tweet niya eh. He deleted the tweet in the age of social media where the power of screenshot is very, very effective. So, he's a dumbass. Let's see, ano ba sabi niya dito? You know, the time he'll have it. 800,000 votes nga, sabi niya. Alito eh, sabi niya, population, Cavite is 100,000. So, if we're going to go for 800,000, 47 dun, lamang para si Bongbong. Diba? So, yun lang. Ato yung River Maya, my favorite song, Awit ng Kabataan, very, very nice. Okay. Let's go for the next topic of the day. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. So, ano ba nagawa ko na sa Pixel Remaster? Let's see. Today, I beaten 3 dragons. Storm Dragon. I beaten the White Dragon. And I beaten the Earth Dragon. Storm Dragon was yung sabi nga hardest. Pinanood kasi yung speedruns for strategy. Mahirap nga talaga yung Storm Dragon. Kasi puro AoE. Napatay pa nga ata si Mog. Napatay pa yung Mog. Ginagamit ko kasi si Mog for the Malulu Charm para walang encounter. Ayun. Oh, by the way, I already got most of the crew. Ang natitira na lang ay si Gao Shadow, Lock, Umaro. Yeah, parang yun na lang natitira. So what else is there to left? Parang iniisip ko kasi i-grind na lang si Terra to 100 para sa Ultima. Ay, to 99 para sa Ultima. Na 99 ko na si strength ni Terra. Ay, na 99 ko na si magic ni Terra. So, parang i-grind ko na lang yung strength niya moving forward. And, since I will grind her strength, maka-utilize yung Ultima weapon. Very well. So, she's gonna be the hybrid strength magic Terra. Dapat kay Celeste yun kung gumagana lang yung Ultima weapon sa runic niya eh. Pero hindi eh. Pero wala mang kwenta yung runic. Ewan ko. May Genji equipment na ako. I got a Genji shield, Genji helm, and Genji armor. Inigip ko siya kay Celeste. And, yeah. Pretty much, that's covered. Natalo ko si Magic Master kanina. I used the Berserk Palidor exploit. So, i-berserk mo si Magic Master para hindi siya mag-magic. Kasi magic lang yung kaya niyang gawin. So, i-berserk mo siya. And, if he's berserk, hindi siya mag-change. Hindi siya mag-barrier change. Another thing to note dito sa Magic Master fight is Palidor. Kasi mamamatay, pag namatay siya, mag-ultima. So, if I time Palidor before he dies. So, yung huling babagsak, siya yung papatay kay Magic Master. So, once na mag-ultima si Magic Master, siya lang yung mapapatay. And the rest, naka-Palidor mode, which gives Dragoon status or jump status sa mga kakampi mo. Palidor is Quetzalcoatl at yung name niya dito sa version na to. Yeah. That's what I did. And I got the Soul of Tamasa. So, ay setup ko is Terra has 2 earrings and then Celeste, I gave Celeste the Soul of Tamasa. Then again, yung Genji equipment, ewan ko kung kanino ko ibibigay kasi alisin ko siya. Ang plano ko kay Celeste, ibibigay ko yung ano ba yung best Celeste best helm. Ang plano ko kasi Minerva Buster kay Celeste. Minerva Buster, then Paladin Shield, then Lightbringer. So, spoilers. Spoilers. Ayun. Let's see nga, ano nga armor FF6. Helmet. Genji yung ano best ano eh. Wala si Gilgamesh dito kasi ano yun eh. So yeah, Genji helm yung ano. So Mystic Veil lang talaga yung mabibigay ko kay Celeste na helm. So maybe yung Genji equipment kay Edgar ko ibibigay. Perhaps. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, Oatville or Mystery Veil by Tamasa. Yeah, I can just give it to Celeste, the Mystery Veil. Next is her armor, the Minerva Buster. Yeah, the Minerva Buster. I have the Regal gown, so I can bet it for the Minerva Buster. Then again, diba? Parang, yeah. So, Genji armor kay Edgar. And then, Genji gloves, Master Scroll, syempre kay Locke. Valiant Knife setup, Valiant Knife and Tips Dagger para sa steel. So, yeah, very, very, yun yung mga setup na gagawin ko. Cat Ear Hood, saan ba yung ano to? I can give Ram the Hypno Crown. But I don't have enough red cap. So let's but there's already a red cap sa Kepka Tower. Very nice. So these are the I think these are the hats, yeah. Shield already have the Genji shield. Yeah. Then Paladin shield. This will be for Celeste. Saan yung ano? Ay, yung AG shield maganda eh. Pero maganda yung yung chest eh. Ignored ba yan, no? So, I don't know if I should go with the tortoise shield. Yeah. Yeah, spoilers. Di ko na... I will grind for Terra before heading to Kepka's Tower. I will try to unlock her ultimate level 99. And then, I will grind for Celeste. So that I will. So double grind ko kay Celeste. Celeste will equip the curse shield. So it will become the paladin shield, and the paladin shield will teach Celeste ultima. Nagamit ba niya yung paladin shield? Yeah, all except umaba. Puro wala si umarob. What else there is to be? We already have the red jacket. Black garb, dark gear. Got diamond vest. Got with the imp armor is very sounds promising. So yeah, I think most likely yung mga gagawin ko. I already got the Moogle suit, so maybe if I bet it for the Nutkin suit, it's nice, but uh let's see. Ano bang 58, 52. I think the stats for Nutkin is well worth it So yeah, we're gonna do Coliseum later once para, di ba i-record ko si Shadow. Saan ba yun? Ichigeki. Saan ba nakukuha Ichigeki? Do I have a Kagenui already? I do, right? So yeah, I think Shadow has a better weapon. So there's no Plant Princess sa Pixel Remaster. So this is Shadow's best weapon, the Stunner or something, the Kagenui. Zanmato is. Do I already have this? I did Dragon's Den too. So yeah, I don't have this. You can't have this. What the best the best weapon you can get for Saiyan is, where is Samurai Soul? Is the Katana Soul, yeah. So you can steal it to Samurai Soul, or I ano ka ba sa ba yung Red Dragon? Red Dragon is in the Phoenix Cave. So yeah. Rods. Magus Rod, meron na ako niyan. Tiger Fang, Cave of the Belt. So malapit. Makukuha ko na pala yung ultimate weapon ni Sabin. Throwing weapon, wing edge, Phoenix Cave. Fixed dice is Kefka's Tower. We can also have Death Tarot, which is in the Ancient Castle. It's either Death Tarot or Fixed Dice. I think Fixed Dice is the better weapon, but in terms of stats, Death Tarot is, of course, the better weapon. Brush. We already have the magical brush. What's a plague? Okay, it's an advanced so we can't get that. So this is Kefka's Tower, Rainbow Brush. Ah, well. Can't say. We already have the pinwheel. May pinwheel na tayo. So, you can steal it sa leapfrog. So, steal na natin to. Air anchor is in the cultist tower? Huh? Saan siya? Magic urn. Treasures. Genji shields. There's a hidden fifth treasure from RCVC. Looks like we're gonna go back to the to the coldest star for this. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, I think that's it for FF6 remaster. So next, last topic, Viva Max releases. Viva Max release. So later tonight is episode 2 ni L. Liko. I will be watching it and reviewing it. So I think that's all. And that's it. We've made it through 1 hour and 30 minutes of just talking. Maybe we'll do this bi-weekly so we can have more topics to be discussed. And yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye and good night. This will be uploaded over to YouTube. Thank you.